Citizenship Academy. This is Mr. Roney, a third grade teacher here, and welcome to the second edition of our STEM to Go kits. In this video, I'm going to walk you through what these STEM kits are all about and what your challenge is going to be today. But first, let's talk about bridges. Bridges are super important pieces of engineering. They are modern marvels. And what makes them so great is that they allow us, and cars sometimes, to get from one place across a completely empty space to another place. When you think of bridges, you might think of famous bridges like the Brooklyn Bridge, maybe the Golden Gate Bridge, or London Bridge, when London Bridge fell down. Now, bridges are also important because they need to work well. When bridges fail, really bad things can happen and things can fall through. Here's a term that's really important to today's challenge. It's called force. A force is either a push or a pull. And forces are invisible, but you can see when forces are acting upon objects because forces move things. So the most important force we're going to worry about today is gravity. Gravity is the force that pushes everything and pulls everything down to the ground. And it's what brings you back down to the ground when you jump or when you slide down a slide. So what we're focused on today is trying to prevent gravity from pushing our bridge and breaking our bridge down. Last thing I want to mention with the science is that a good bridge is a good bridge because it distributes the weight equally. So think about this piece of paper. If we put a lot of force and a lot of pressure on one part of the piece of paper, it starts to get pulled down. A good bridge is able to take a force and spread it out across a larger area so that the bridge doesn't break. So your challenge today is to build the strongest bridge you can to withstand the most force you can so that your bridge can hold up something. Now, your bridge doesn't have to hold up people or cars, but you will have to figure out a way to measure how much weight it can carry. So for that, you might want to get pennies or other light objects that you can place on top of your bridge to see how much weight your bridge can take. So what I'm going to use is the closest thing to a coin that I can find. If you have pennies or coins, great. If not, you'll have to be creative about what you're going to use. So in your STEM to Go kits, you should have gotten a bundle of toothpicks, some amount of marshmallows, and then you're going to have to find something to test how much weight your bridge can carry. Beyond that, you can be as creative as you want. A couple rules. You have to go from one side to another without supporting your bridge in the middle. So, like me, you might not know what kind of shapes make the strongest bridges. And that's why it's important to think a little bit before we just dive in and start building. Because we don't want to get rid of all of our materials without having thought about it first. So for you older kids, it might be smart to draw a picture of what you want to build, or at least think about what kind of shapes are the strongest before you actually build your bridge. After you've thought about and designed your bridge, then you can actually start building it. So after you get done building, it's going to be time to test how much weight your bridge can hold. Now, obviously, we can't just put coins right on top of our bridge because most of our bridges are going to have holes in it. So what we want to do is put a flat surface, like a piece of paper, on top of our bridge to help more evenly distribute the weight that it's going to hold. And then one at a time, we see how much weight our bridge holds until it collapses. Counted 13, not sure exactly what to call these, but I'll say coins. 13 coins on my bridge before this happened. Now, it didn't completely collapse, but because some of the coins fell off, my bridge definitely didn't work well when I put 13 on it. So I'm gonna write 13 on my piece of paper so that I remember that my bridge held 13 coins. Now, as you might have seen, your first idea is not always your best idea. So for those of you who want to get more involved and do a little bit of an extension to this activity and you have extra supplies, do this again and see if you can beat your own record. And make sure to tell your teacher and to tell your friends how much weight your bridge held. And if you can take a photo or a video of what you did, just like this, your teacher would love to see it, and so would Mrs. Merritt. So on that sheet of paper, there is an email address. Send all your photos and all your videos to that email address to show Mrs. Merritt and the rest of us on the STEM2Go team and the rest of your teachers at Citizenship Academy how this went for you. We hope you had fun. I love science, and the best thing about this kind of science is that as long as you ask a parent and they're okay with it, you can eat your bridge after you're done. So, until next time, have an awesome time and tell us how your bridge went.